come on in. I'm Mary Lou Bigelow, and welcome to my Afghanistan series. Tonight, you will meet Masooda Jalal. She is a medical doctor, served as program officer for the World Food Program in Afghanistan, and was a presidential candidate in 2002. She is also a presidential candidate this year.
My name is Dr. Masooda Jalal. I am a medical doctor and a lecturer of Kabul University Faculty of Medicine, Department of Pediatrics by profession. During Taliban time, when I was stopped teaching at the university, I joined World Food Program as a health consultant primarily. Following that, I became a national program officer, and still I am on my job as a national program officer.
How do people address you usually?
In Afghanistan, Dr. Masooda. Outside
Masooda.
Afghanistan, Dr. Jalal.
Okay, so that's interesting. You actually ran for president.
Yes, that's true. As an output of a long-term ideal desire for serving my people in a leadership position, I stood on election for presidency of Afghanistan, and I got the second position in terms of the number of the votes, but I am feeling very much successful in terms of making history, breaking the talisman of weakness of women in Afghanistan, teaching a new lesson to the men, and creating a new mentality to the men of Afghanistan of introducing women as having capacities for challenging in any level, and a new idea to the world who thought of women of Afghanistan as war victims, that Afghan women are not only war victims, but they have capacities of challenging men to any level.
Absolutely. Too many people in the world have seen video pictures of women begging in the streets. And I know that has been forced upon them because of the many years of war that you've had here. But in your tradition and your culture, people don't have to beg. The families always take care of each other. It is so important to tell the world how dignified, how intelligent, how educated the Afghan women can be. And I think you just said that beautifully. Tell me a little bit about the World Food Program and how you're doing right now. What part of the country would you say is the biggest challenge?
As everybody is aware, Afghanistan is in the middle of a humanitarian crisis still, and there are many priorities to be addressed, and a lot of human suffering. After international community intervention, Afghanistan is growing to life in all sectors, but still is living in the middle of the humanitarian crisis because the drought is still going on, and poverty is the main problem. In terms of food, there is the shortage of food, and food is needed in Afghanistan. We projected for 1 million returnees, but as reality, 1.6 million returnees came back, and the food was not meeting the requirement of people. So I hope that the food shortage can be addressed in countries who are willing to support Afghanistan in terms of food, and people of Afghanistan can benefit a better winter with enough food.
What would you like to tell the world at large about your people and their needs?
My message to the people of the world, is that again, Afghanistan right now is in the middle of the humanitarian crisis, and during 23 years of war, conflict, and marginalization policies that pushed women aside from public social life, there is a lot of needs to be addressed, and I think the main problem that Afghanistan is facing is security problem that ISAF forces or peacekeepers, they are a great privilege to people of Afghanistan, and the increase of their numbers is required to the provinces to be expanded. The peace process is already completely on the track and is growing positively day by day. But poverty is the main problem of Afghanistan, and the causes of the poverty should be addressed and treated, not the symptoms. So long-term recovery projects are needed. Labor-intense projects, forces projects are needed for long-term, which will affect security of Afghanistan directly, because the ex-freedom fighters will go into workforce, and the peace and security will be in a better position. So the assistance that is promised to Afghanistan in 2Q conference, which is $4.5 billion, if the release of that promises are getting quicker for reconstruction of Afghanistan, that will encourage and that will push towards a positive direction the peace and security of the country, which is not only the problem of Afghanistan. The security in Afghanistan is a problem of the security of the region, and finally a world problem.
When you say the region, we're talking about all of Central Asia.
Sure.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Well, Afghanistan needs assistance in terms of security and in terms of reconstruction. So if that is addressed and that process is quicker as much as possible, that will benefit Afghanistan's reconstruction and will determine a peaceful, secure Afghanistan in the future.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jalal.
You're most welcome.
Just a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.